Good evening, Ms. Davis. This interview will be pertaining to the profession that you work and your educational diagnostician skills. Would you like to give a brief history about yourself?
Sure. Good afternoon, Miles. My name is Tanja Davis. I am currently an educational diagnostician, and in that role, I serve in the capacity of determining whether or not a student meets eligibility criteria based on Texas Education Agency's criteria for disability conditions. My job entails evaluating students who have been referred for special education services, and I look at the initial referral and what the concern is with regard to a student either having difficulty with accessing grade level standards or performing on grade level standards to that in comparison of their grade and age peers. And upon evaluating those students, I am looking for certain areas of concerns as it is in relation to the actual referral. So if the teacher has a concern about the student demonstrating an inability to decode words or solve math problems or spell, then I'm able to determine what approach I would take, whether or not I'm looking to rule out a specific learning disability in dyslexia, or if I'm looking for a specific learning disability in reading or math and or writing or dysgraphia. So it just depends on what that student's teacher, parent, and the entire IAT committee deems necessary to rule out. I'll give you the book, and when I tell you to begin, start reading the story out loud. Read the story as carefully and as quickly as you can. When you have finished, I will ask you some questions about what you have read, okay?
So, what made you passionate about education and teaching kids with special needs?
My passion was fueled by actually a trip that I took to the Audubon Zoo when I was younger. And it happened to be a Girl Scout group that I was a part of. And we booked a trip with Down syndrome kids unknowingly. Our troop leaders had no idea, but I found it fascinating that they were willing to engage with us. However, they weren't able to do it on a level that they could understand. So we had to do a lot of repeating ourselves when we would tell, introduce ourselves or talk about things that we were interested in. And I just always had an interest in how they processed information and how they viewed the world from their standpoint or from their perspective. And as I became a young adult and choosing my career path in college, I thought, what better way to give back to a group of individuals who need advocates to advocate for them both socially and educationally in order to make sure that they can be a productive citizen in society regardless of their cognitive processing deficits, the strengths and or weaknesses. And so that's how I got my start.